Laura Branigan, Self Control, courtesy of the members. That's what we're getting into today, Samantha.
Yes, and we have done one Laura Branigan song so far on the channel, and that was Gloria, and that was fire.
It was. I remember saying in that song, I feel like she could sing anything.
Yeah.
Because her vocal prowess
so
was next level.
I also liked her stage presence and her energy. Like she's, got the sparkly, sequiny dress going.
Yeah. And the members voted on this one. We gave them 4 choices to choose from. They picked this. And that really gets my juices going.
Gets your juices going.
I thought about how I wanted to say that.
Well, I mean, they do have a very good track record, so.
Well, I say that because if we've already done one song from Laura, a lot of the time when we do artists, right, they have one big hit, right, that everybody knows or everybody's going to recommend that you got to listen to this, you got to listen to this. And of course, you have other ones that are really popular as well. But there's usually like a one standout song that everybody kind of goes to and points to. And with Laura, it was Gloria initially, right? And I actually think we might have run a poll for that first one as well, and they picked Gloria. And then, so now we've run a second one, and this was the top track picked again out of 4 other artists. So it tells me that we've got some fire. Things are about to get spicy again from Laura.
You're just loving these analogies, getting your juices flowing, spicy.
Yeah, clearly I am not on a diet.
Phil's fired up.
So anyways, what I wanted to say as well was that you guys had made mention in the last video that she died really young, and it looks like she passed away at age 47 from a brain aneurysm, which is terrible and so young. I mean, it's insane. As I get older, I'm like, wow, these ages that you come across of people, especially artists, right, that died really young, music artists, because, sometimes you've got other, alcohol and stuff involved. But in this case, it's just, a health issue that comes up.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy when you start to get older and you realize, wow, these people really are not that old when they pass
for
away.
sure. It puts it into perspective. Like when you're actually an adult, you realize, like that's not, like 47 is not old at all.
Yeah,
so.
when you're young and you hear the name, Kurt Cobain passed away at 27, you think, oh, like, he was older, right? 27.
When you're like a teenager, you're like 30 feels like eternity.
And now I'm like, can I go back to 27, please?
I know, yeah.
Those good old days.
Yeah, it's sad though. I think it's really sad too. I mean, it's sad when anybody passes away, but especially when somebody who had so much talent, and there's lots of potential there to see what else they could have done if they had continued their career. Yeah. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, especially that's the case, especially with Laura, right? So this song went to number 4 on the Hot Billboard 100, did really well, and clearly we can see why the members were recommending it.
Yeah.
Then. So you ready, Sam?
I am. Let's check it out.
Let's go. Special effects.
Interesting.
Oh. Definitely some theatrical influence on this one.
The video for this is very interesting.
Interesting.
Lots of like abstract things going on. It's like it has this underlying theme of like, you know, the temptation and the seduction of the night, and this whole idea of that, like, you know, there's all this temptation in the nighttime, but then at the same time there's all these like you said, theatrical kind of abstract visuals at the same time, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the theatrical presence, it reminds me of I don't really know her music that well, to be honest. But from the clips that I've seen, I feel like Lady Gaga uses stuff like this.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Videos
yeah, she does use a lot of like abstract theatrical kind of elements.
Again, I haven't been watching a lot of Lady Gaga on my own time here, guys. But maybe you guys are going to jump in and be like, oh, you don't know Lady Gaga? Here we go. Next rabbit hole is going to be opened. Anyways, coming back to Laura here. Like you said, the night, the lyrics discussing self-control in the sense that she's a nighttime animal, party animal. It sounds like to a degree, which, you know, it's funny. I wouldn't get that from the imagery that we get of Laura. You know, she seems more like this artistic theatrical presence. So maybe that's why we're getting some of those visuals there. And I also wonder if the members picked this because the sex appeal has obviously grown in this version of Laura Branigan.
Yes, it has.
Versus the last one that we saw.
Some of those initial visuals, I was like, okay, we're getting a little, as Phil would say, spicy here.
Yeah, exactly. And it's obviously super catchy as well. And I like the video too, because we're getting some visual effects throughout this, but it doesn't look cheesy at all. Like, you got to put this in perspective for the time frame.
Because it was 1984.
Yeah. So this is a long time ago. And it looks like a modern video to me.
Yeah.
Right? It, you know, sometimes you go back in those videos and you can tell, you know, the technology was pretty limited in terms of visual effects. But I'm not getting that at all on this one. But there has been some cool transitions and stuff that have been going on.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess this is a time where music videos are just starting to explode, right? So lots of creativity.
This night will never go.
Getting a little raunchy here.
It's kind of scary. That's what I look like after a night of partying.
Is it? I don't know if it was the type of partying they were referring to in this video, Samantha, because it got a little raunchy towards the back half there.
It did. Also, the guy's mask is just giving me like Phantom of the Opera vibes. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think, well, it's supposed to be like Phantom of the Night.
Yeah,
thing, right?
yeah.
Like this thing that doesn't actually exist, but it exists. And then you see like the ending there where the sunlight is coming up, right? So clearly the night is now over, and then she's going to bed then. Because she's a creature of the night, and so she's a nocturnal. And I feel like the music kind of represented that to a degree. This like night lifestyle aura.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And definitely very catchy, like I said. And I was really engaged with the video. I mean, it's really crazy when you go back into the 80s and you see how music videos would have really started to take off because of the creativity that was going into them. Obviously, Michael Jackson played a big role. There were multiple videos that we've gone through, you know, when we've been introduced to periods of the 80s where I see the impact that it would have had down the road. And now we look at music videos, and the evolution has happened in some cases, but I think that we're still trying to find how valuable music videos can be today and how to use them as well as they were being used back then.
Well, I feel like back then they were almost like an art form and a self-expression of art, whereas now it's more of just focused on like the singer lip syncing the words, maybe some dancing and some like outfits, but that's about it.
I think it added. I think the video added value. That's what it was designed for. It added entertainment value when we watch it here.
Yeah.
Then we've gone through the periods of like, you know, the early 2000s, whatever, to today, where I don't think that's, like you said, the same it's not
the norm.
But I think we've experienced videos like Falling in Reverse, for example, that
really
take
cool.
it to the next level and do crazy stuff.
Even like Blackpink and stuff too, right? Like that's obviously a completely different genre, but they put a lot of work and effort and creativity into their videos.
Yeah, and I really respect that. And I think that's what more people should be doing today is, you know, looking at the time period and be like, how can we make this video valuable for the song? And if you do that, you know, your video, then your song can blow up for two reasons, right? It can blow up because people are attracted to the video and they want to see the video, then the song gets more popular. Or it can blow up because people just love your song and they like to listen to it on radio and put it on their playlist or whatever, right? So I feel like today people are lacking, or artists are lacking in a tool that they could be using, because there's technology that's way better now. Like I was talking about what they were using back then for some transitions and visual representation. And the tools out there now is insane, especially with AI tools. You can do so much, right?
Oh, yeah. I'll be interested to see where things do go with AI, though, because I do think that, you know, up to a certain point, you could only do what you physically could have in person. And like, you know, you'd have to hire staff and you'd have to have outfits and you'd have to have props and whatever. Whereas now, because the technological advancements are there, like theoretically, like you could go back to like creating crazy things that don't even exist because they're just fabricated, right?
Yeah. And I think that would be an instance where doing it with AI would be really good and really cool, because you know it's entertainment, right? So often we see like issues with, you don't know if something's real, right? But this is a sense in entertainment where that's where you want to use those tools,
for a music video.
Anyways, that was Laura Branigan, Self Control. We've been rambling too long. Make sure you let us know down below if there's anything else you want us to check out from Laura. Thanks so much to the members for guiding us to this track. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your love, and that community keeps growing. So thank you so much to everybody that hangs out with us. Have a great day. We'll see you on our next video.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.